I'm going to give you an example of a story. Somebody came to me. In fact, it was my sister's best girlfriend as a child growing up, Mary Coyne. At age 74, Mary Coyne called me up. My sister died in 1999. Mary wanted to speak to me. She remembered me. I was 9 years older than my sister and Mary. And she remembered me as a little girl, and I haven't thought of her for years, but she told me that she had been told she had a brain tumor. And of course, she was devastated. It was an inoperable brain tumor, and she had 6 months to live. So I took a deep breath and asked the Lord to give me light. It didn't take very much for me to start responding as I did to others in these situations. And it's not what happens to you in life, it's how you deal with it. So immediately I took a tact. I said, Mary, you got two choices. One, go home and go to bed, curl up into a fetal position, and cry until you die. This is a very sad thing that's happened to you. Or you can decide to follow the will of God, and He wants you to be joyful for the entire part of your life. And that you can make a decision to live joyfully the remaining 6 months as a gift to God in belief of His words and encouragement. And so it's up to you. She didn't have pain because the brain doesn't have nerves that make it painful, but she knew she had a limited stretch. So we hugged and she left. And she called me up in a week and she said, Dan, her husband, and she had booked passage on the Queen Mary 2, and they were going to Europe. They were going to go to her family's people's home in Ireland, and he would go to his family in the Ukraine, I think, the roots of the family. And they came back in 2 weeks. She called me, said they had a wonderful time, and she didn't conk out. She had her pep. And this is a girl who was going to cry herself to death. So I was thrilled that she took my advice and they had a good experience. In another month or so, she called and said, we're going on a trip around the country to see our children. They were in 3 different cities. And they had arranged passage, and she just wanted to tell me when they were leaving. And they left, and they had a reunion without telling the kids that she was dying. They just came as if they were visiting and took pictures and hugged everybody. I'm a little weepy thinking of it. And she came back and was very grateful, and she said she needed a little rest because she was tiring. So I figured that's normal. Believe it or not, another phone call in a month, and she tells me that Dan and I are planning to have a second honeymoon. We never had the honeymoon we wanted. We wanted to go to Tahiti, and we never did. And so they booked passage, and they spent a week in Tahiti to fulfill the original dream. And she came home. They had a wonderful time. And then she said, I'm a little tired now. And after that, they both made the effort to come to my 50th anniversary party. I had a big party, like a happy wedding, only it was my 50th anniversary. We had dancing and everything. And I think after that, she came, we talked a bit, and there were so many there. But I think in about 3 or 4 months, she died. She had a year and a half of happy memories when she was going to die in 6 months. But only because she chose joy. She changed her attitude. So it's not what happens to you in life, it's how you deal with it. And a positive, upright, happy disposition can carry you through the worst of times.